Welcome to the Central Methodist University post-game report following the women's basketball home win against the Graceland Yellow Jackets by a final score of 107-48. I'm joined here alongside by head coach James Arnold. There's a lot of stats I think we could look at, but I think the first thing that we should talk about is the effort you guys gave tonight. Can you talk about that?
Well, we've coming off 2 losses, and it's the first time all year we've lost back-to-back games, and I thought we had a couple days of some pretty good workouts, and we really focused on some things offensively that we'd been struggling with, backpedaling offensively some, not making the extra pass, and I thought we played with tremendous intensity, tremendous effort. We obviously faced a Graceland team that faced a few injuries and dealing with some adversity of their own. But I was really pleased not only with our effort but our execution, and it was a game that this time of the year we really could use to springboard us through the last 5-6 games and into the playoffs, and it was a fun game.
Yeah, a lot of things. Sammy Gathcall leads all scorers with 22. Jasmine Poteet kind of flirts with a quadruple double there, fills the stat sheet line. What do you think you'll take away, though, from this game?
Well, I think there's a lot of things we can take away. That one, I think now it's a confidence booster that some of our kids have needed. We've struggled shooting the ball at times, and tonight when you fill it up, it doesn't matter who you're playing or what kind of defense they're playing, that when you're standing open and you can a jumper, it feels good. And I think that having the opportunity to get everybody in some valuable action. It wasn't just like garbage minutes. We were able to get some of the kids at the end of our bench some quality minutes early in the game. It just wakes everybody up a little bit more for practices tomorrow. It's a nice springboard going into Avila on the road, where we haven't been great this year so far in conference play on the road, and especially on Saturdays we've struggled. So what I take from it is a nice little cushion where we didn't have to work anybody in the extended minutes tonight. We go into tomorrow's practice. We continue to work on making the extra pass. We continue to work on going inside out. We continue to work on shooting tough jumpers. And then going into Avila, hopefully pick up our 20th win of the year, which is one of our goals is to have a 20-plus win season.
We talked about Saturday after that, against that tough loss, about maybe some positive you take away, a championship effort. And I thought maybe that's what we saw tonight for a full 40 minutes. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, anybody we put in did some good things. Anybody we put in showed tremendous effort. There were times early on where I thought we kind of played down to the flat level. It was a rough crowd early on because there's a lot going on campus at 5:30 for tip-off time. So we didn't have the building didn't have a ton of energy in it, and I thought we played with not great, tremendous urgency, although we weren't bad. But it was nice to see over those last 35 minutes especially, no matter who we went to, did some really good things. No matter who we went to, made the extra pass, really ball fake, shot fake, things we've really been working on. So the carryover is what I was really pleased with, being able to see the things we've actually worked on in practice, things that we did well against Mid-Am. We continue to do those well, and things that we struggled against Mid-America, we're able to do those things better in this contest tonight.
And obviously, you guys did fill up the score sheet. You guys scored a lot of points. But you guys also set a season high for assists in a game tonight. And I thought one of the points we were making up in the booth was you guys weren't settling for the good shot, but you're settling for the great shot. Is that what you saw, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. I thought that hits the nail right on the head because, that's something we've worked on. And when we've been at our best, it's when we're making that extra pass. And I know we keep talking about the extra pass, but that's what we talk about all week in practice. And defensively, we've been pretty good. When we lost the double overtime game at Baker and the overtime game at Peru and the shot of the buzzer against Mid-Am, we defended pretty well in those games. Where we've struggled is we've kind of gotten away offensively from some of the things we did early in the year. And I thought tonight and some of the things we did in practice this week are getting us back on that right track. And, the season is a roller coaster. There's ebbs and flows, and getting the ladies through those rough patches, because every team has them, is important. I thought last year going into the playoffs, we struggled a little bit going in. We limped in. And I think that maybe the struggles we've had over the last 6 or 7 games at times is something that we can learn from, we can grow from, improve from, and really get into the playoffs on a hot note.
It was extremely evident in tonight's game defensively. You guys were able to create a lot of ball pressure, especially around the perimeter, and kind of really limit their shot selection. How much in that is a large presence due to the post defense that you have with whether it's Corneliuson, Sutton, or Joseph down there that your players outside know they have there defending the paint?
Well, I give a lot of credit to, even Ray Nuss and Sammy Gather-Cole and some of those kids that we don't know as great defenders have really come a long way, are showing tremendous strides, are taking tremendous strides and showing tremendous effort improving defensively. We know that Kyra Williams and Nakia Robinson, and when Jasmine Poteet's interested, boy, she's really good too defensively. Those three in the post with Tawanda and Taylor and BJ, they're pretty good. And when they can defend, and we know that, the Qatari kid for Graceland is a factor. And we took her away today. It was a complete effort inside out. We were able to mix our defenses up tonight, which I was pleased with, because that's something we haven't done well, communicating the changes from here or there. Overall, there's really not a lot negative you can take away from it. I did tell them, I don't care if we're up 30, 40, 20. You make a mistake, we're going to work on it. We're going to make sure we don't pick up bad habits. We're going to make sure that we get better regardless what the score is. And, I know Graceland, like I said, they've hit a little bit of a rough patch with some injuries and things, but that's still the same team that just went to Baker the other day and lost by 7 or 8. So I was really pleased with our overall effort in practice, and tonight is exactly what I needed and exactly what I think the ladies needed.
Saturday, you guys traveled to Kansas City, Missouri to face Vila school. Kind of school similar. It's faced some troubles and some tough times, but a very tough opponent nonetheless. What's your early thoughts on that matchup?
Well, here's the deal with Avila is they have the two best post players in the league on the same team. And that's a factor. And they've got a couple quality guards. The Gimlin kid's playing really well. It can shoot the ball really well. The other guard that has not put up great numbers last year is putting up big numbers because their post players are drawing so much emphasis defensively. Avila's fighting for a playoff spot. If I'm their coach, if I'm Larry, who does a great job, I'm sitting there telling them, look, Central Methodist hasn't won a Saturday game on the road in the last 4 attempts. That's what I'm telling him. Or in a Saturday game at all in the last 3 on the road. And so that's what I'm telling them, that we're here at home. We're fighting for our playoff life. We have to go in there and fight for a home playoff game. And we need to make sure that we break that streak of Saturday losses. We need to find a way to bottle some of the things we did tonight. We've got to continue to do a great job defending the post, defending the perimeter. The one thing I do like our chances are this. Just like tonight, we have tremendous depth against Graceland. We'll have tremendous depth advantages. We're able to come off the bench with kids like Tawanda, with Sammy Gaither-Cole, with Kyra Williams. Those are starters. And when you could come off the bench with kids like that, and we've had other kids in Brittany Hodson-Pillar and Audrey Patton, and those kids come off the bench and do well, we have a chance to continue to run numbers at them. So that's what we're going to try to do. But their post game is going to be a load, and Avila is well coached, and they're fighting for their life, and we've got to make sure we match that same intensity.